everyone, welcome back to Journey to Humanism, a collection of humanist stories. And we have here with us today one of our HAPI Scholars, Angelo Greñas. Okay, so what do you do to keep yourself busy these days? Like, what are you taking up in school, and what are your hobbies?
I currently take Bachelor of Science in Medical Laboratory Science in Lyceum of the Philippines University, Batangas, more commonly known as Medical Technology Program.
When did you realize you were a humanist, or when did you fully understand what humanism is?
Knowing that I am a non-religious guy, it goes back 4 years ago. When I was introduced in philosophy, doon ko mas napalalim ang aking perspective na, this is not the only part na pwede akong mamuhay. I think I can be good without religion. And I think humanism will fit my lifestyle kasi at the same way gusto ko ding makatulong sa iba. I want to do volunteerism. I want to participate in volunteerism. And I think magandang opportunity to para sa akin. But understanding the word or the meaning behind the word humanism, it took me some time para ma-understand yung true meaning behind humanism. Because as we know, humanism centers on the potential of human individual. And I think through this perspective, makakatulong tayo sa iba, sa ating lipunan, upang mas mapabuti ang kanilang buhay at ang ating buhay. Without leaning on the religious inclinations.
Okay, so how did you discover HAPI, and what drew you to the organization?
I think it was during the occurrence of Taal volcano eruption noong una akong nag-approach kay Ate Mutya. So that time, nag-approach ako kay Ate Mutya, gusto kong sumama sa volunteering program nila sa donation drive papunta dito sa Batangas. It grabbed my attention kasi that time I wanted to participate into something meaningful. I wanted to participate into something defining sa aking buhay kasi gusto kong makaparticipate sa isang volunteering program. So sa pamamagitan nun, I think makikita ko doon yung tunay na value na hinahanap ko sa aking buhay. And yes, that begins my understanding and discovery of the humanist group here in the Philippines, which is HAPI. Now, gusto kong ipagpatuloy yung aking nasimulang interest at saka yung perseverance para sa pagtutuloy at pagpaparticipate sa mga volunteer programs ng ating organization, because I think this aligns with my moral code and this aligns with my interests and goals in life.
So again, Angelo is the one who does all of our PubMats. He's the one who does all of our art. If you see posters for events, information, he's your guy. He's the one who's been making them. But Angelo, aside from that, how have you been able to help HAPI, and what are some of your contributions?
So currently, I create publication materials, posters, and certificates para sa Humanist Alliance Philippines International. So aside from being a HAPI Scholar, I am also a freelance illustrator para sa group. Bago mga unang buwan ko sa HAPI Scholars, I think I was assigned para magsulat ng ilang pieces para sa blog. But as time goes by, mas naramdaman ko na parang mas gusto kong mag-design ng mga posters. So, lumipat ako mula sa pagsusulat, papunta sa pagdidesign ng posters nila. And currently, I create several promotional materials para sa HAPI whenever na magkaroon ng event ang ating organization. So, aside from that, tumutulong din kami sa webinars and ilang online events na kinakonduct ng ating organization, which is helpful naman para sa mga registrars nito.
Angelo, as a HAPI Scholar, what are some of the expectations others have of you?
Being a HAPI Scholar, I think we were expected to be one of the best students na meron, one of the best assets na meron ng grupo. Because Miss M envisioned us to take over the leadership someday We will continue the legacy of the former officers na mga nauna na and ipagpatuloy yung takbo ng grupo dito sa Pilipinas. And I think mabigat yung responsibility pero maganda yung goal kasi mas mahuhone doon yung aming leadership skills. I know some of my colleagues in the HAPI Scholars division na talagang mayroong innate leadership skills. You know, kapag mababasa mo yung kanilang article, mararamdaman mo na talagang magaling talaga sila. You know, ma-feel mo na he or she could be the leader of HAPI someday. And being a HAPI scholar, you are expected to be brave and yes, intuitive and critical lalo na sa pag-iisip and paggamit ng reason because you will meet people na questioning ka kung bakit ganyan ang posisyon mo sa buhay and you have to talk with them with patience and kindness kasi that is what humanism basically is, empathy and sympathy. Another thing, dapat kapag HAPI scholar ka, you are critical thinker. You know, another thing, kapag HAPI scholar ka, you are expected to be involved in the group's activities, webinars, online events, and other things.
Now, there are a lot of other young people who are aspiring to become a HAPI scholar. Can you tell us what is expected of a HAPI scholar and what advice would you give to those who are either about to enter the program or are thinking about it, would like to join?
Kung gusto mong pumasok sa HAPI Scholar, one thing na dapat mong tandaan, you should have the hunger for knowing much more what you know. Dare to know. Meron akong life motto na matagal ko nang pinangahawakan. It was a Latin phrase during the Enlightenment period sa pari od. So, that is dare to know. So, kapag meron kang perseverance para malaman yung mga bagay-bagay, it will give you a wider perspective para mas makita mo ang mga bagay-bagay. Dapat matapang ka and meron kang confidence para harapin yung mga pagsubok na dadaan sa'yo. Kasi being a non-religious person in this religious country, it is very difficult, I can say. And it will require you the strongest mind and heart na kailangan upang pagdaanan mo ang journey na ito. You know, dare to know and dare to lead. Kasi yun yung fundamental characteristics ng isang HAPI scholar. Being a HAPI scholar, you are expected to become one of the brightest assets in the organization.
What is your stand on religious views? Has it caused any conflict with your family, with your friends? Have your views ever, been an issue for those around you?
Yes, hindi iyan mawawala. Especially para sa isang katulad ko na nanggaling sa isang religious family. So, yung upbringing ko, ako ay laking, yung pamilya ko kasi ay Kristiyano. And when I was in grade 10, that began my journey into skepticism. So, doon, it is very conflicting, it is very difficult, especially to open up things, kasi religious ang family mo, and you have this doubt or worry na baka maging hostile sila sa iyong ideas. So, it is very difficult to maintain relationships. Another thing, I came from 2 Christian schools during middle and senior high school. So, it is very difficult then para i-communicate yung ideas ko, especially sa aking mga classmates, colleagues, and friends. Because, there's this barrier, communication barrier na alam mong mas magpapahirap para sa communication. So, yes, with regards to religious views, now, I am, hindi ko na pinipilit. Gusto kong sila mismo makakaalam without me forcing them para paniwalaan yung perspective ko. Kasi wala nang pinagkaiba yun sa isang religious person na pinipilit kang i-convert. So, what I want in this stand, in the stand on religious views, I want them to know on their own perspective. Hindi yung pipilitin ko sila upang maniwala sa aking punto.
What advice would you give to others your age who, might have a different religious view, might not have the same religious views as their family? What can they do to come out or to discuss what their views are?
Siguro ang may papayo ko lamang para sa mga ganong instances, I think you should just have the courage to carry on. You should have the perseverance upang magpatuloy sa buhay kasi hindi lang naman yun yung limitations eh. Marami pa tayong makakaharap na limitations na mas mahirap at mas mabigat. Kaya kailangan nating mas tatagan pa ang ating loob. Yes, being a humanist, it might be difficult in a country like Philippines, pero kasi fulfilling kasi yung feeling kapag ikaw ay nakakatulong sa iba. Nagpa-participate sa mga volunteering programs and nakakapag-participate sa idea and concept ng humanism in general. Another thing, I know it is very difficult para i-keep yun sa sarili, but if you are not ready yet, it is okay to take some time muna. Take some time para pag-isipan. You are at your own pace. Hindi ka obligadong mag-open up sa iba. And yes, nasa sayo lamang yung susi upang i-reveal mo kung sino ka talaga. Ipagmayabang mo kung sino ka nga ba talaga. Kung ano ang iyong standpoint, ano yung perspective mo sa buhay, ano yung pinanghahawakan mo.
So what advocacies do you feel the strongest about? What are some of the things that you hope to see more of, like more programs and more activism in?
So first and foremost, I am a staunch advocate for science and technology education. So, recently nag-participate ako sa isang program ng HAPI Scholars kung saan kailangan namin mag-derive or makapag-produce ng isang storybook output. So, ako ang naging lead illustrator noon. So, nag-paint ako ng illustrations noon na kailangan sa libro using watercolor, and I am very happy sa naging plot and flow ng story kasi I think makaka-relate yung mga batang Pilipino doon. Especially na ginawa ko talaga yung best ko upang maipakita at ma-render ko ano ba talaga yung essence ng story. Kung ano yung importance ng science and technology and critical understanding sa natural phenomenon. Another thing, mahal ko ang advocacy sa volunteering kasi this is a different feeling kapag nakakatulong ka sa iba. Kapag nakikita mo yung ngiti ng mga natutulungan mo, it is a very different, fulfilling feeling. Masarap makita na nakangiti ang ibang tao kasi may tumutulong sa kanila at alam mong ikaw yung dahilan kung bakit sila nakangiti. Parang mas nabubuhayan ka ng loob upang ipagpatuloy kung ano yung nasimulan mo. Another thing, and last advocacy na talagang naastigan ako, to say the least, ay environmental advocacy. I know this might sound cliche, pero the earth is now ailing and we need to take some actions para ma-cure and ma-alleviate yung conditions ng ating pinaninirahan ngayon. We know that planet Earth is a unique ecosystem of different lives and organisms are very rich dito sa ating mundo. And I think mas ma-appreciate natin yung true concept and meaning ng humanism kung magpa-participate tayo sa environmental advocacies.
So again, Angelo is super duper busy. He's got so much on his plate. He's a scholar. He's a fan of a lot of things. He likes to read, anime, and taking up pre-med. So Angelo, how do you balance your time when it comes to your studies, HAPI duties, HAPI scholar duties, advocacies, and everything else? How do you balance it out?
I confess, I myself na hindi talaga ako magaling mag-manage ng time. Especially ngayong yung setup natin ay different sa nakasanayan nating face-to-face. And yes, pre-medical student din ako. So, we know that this course, this track na pinili ko ay talagang mahirap. But I take some time upang ilista lahat ng aking gawain and focus on the things that matters most to me. Yung mga bagay na talagang urgent ay aking inuuna talaga agad upang mas mapabilis ko ang aking gawain. Kapag may free time ako, I work on things na kailangan ng matapos. And I take some time din para mag-relax through coffee and reading and some action games like Call of Duty. I think mas maganda kung magiging stress-free ka bago ka magsimula ng bagong gawain kasi this will keep you in focus and working things na mahalaga sa'yo. So, being a busy person, parang mas mapapadali ang ating buhay kung ita-time manage natin yung ating mga gawain. Sa aking workspace, I always keep a list beside me at saka yung isang malaking whiteboard. Doon nakalista lahat ng aking deadlines, gawain, and kailangan matapos within the month or week. So, yeah. That basically goes how I manage my time as a busy person.
Thank you so much, Angelo, for taking time out of your very busy schedule to spend time with us and to talk with us. Are there any last words or any parting message that you have for the viewers who are watching us right now?
So, my last words as a humanist, I think kailangan lang natin magpatuloy sa buhay. If may pagsubok tayo, it's okay na madapa tayo and magpahinga na kaunti upang makapag-recharge tayo. Rekindle our spirit. And I always remember, dare to know, dare to lead, dare to step forward. Kasi yun ang pinakamahalagang parte ng ating buhay. Move forward and conquer all the limitations and challenges na haharapin natin sa buhay. Maraming salamat, Ate Angie, Ate Mucha, sa pagkakataong ito. And nabigyan ako ng pagkakataong makapagsalita. Thank you all. Goodbye. Dare to know.
Okay, so thank you once again for joining us for another episode of Humanist. Thank you so much for tuning in to learn more about our HAPI Scholar, Angelo. And stay happy!